Hey guys, Caleb here with DSLR Video Shooter, and today we're talking about a simple, elegant, and strong monitor mount for really any camera. I've always been very jealous of red people, not because of the expense of their camera or necessarily even how good those cameras are, but because, and it sounds really dumb, but that little monitor mount on top of the camera. I love that form factor and design. The fact that you can just grab the monitor and tilt it around is awesome, and it's so minimal and clean. A lot of us are used to using these little nasty, gnarly ball mounts for our monitors. And the problem with them is, first of all, they just wear out over time. And secondly, to adjust them, you really need to have two hands just on this. You have to set your camera down, adjust them, get your monitor set up. By the time you do and lift your camera back up, often it's slightly crooked and you just want to grab it and move it. You don't want to have to mess around with all that stuff. So I went on a hunt for a budget way to get that kind of operation without spending a fortune. And this is what I came up with. This is actually a GoPro system for the monitor. So essentially it's two pieces, a GoPro mount that goes onto your camera, your hot shoe, your cage, and then a small 1/4-20 adapter that attaches to that. Once you snug it up, you get this awesome, amazing little setup. So I can be shooting like this. If I want to shoot low, I just tilt it down, and now I've got this ridiculous, low angle setup. Really versatile. It works so well, and it's really safe and strong. So now let's go over the parts and what you need to make this happen. There's really two routes to go. Plastic or metal. Now, when it comes to the metal stuff, it's easy to find the base part that attaches to your camera in metal. The 1/4-20 part that attaches to your monitor is a little more difficult to source, and it's going to cost a little more. I picked up two metal bases because they're really affordable. One is a cold shoe, and it's just going to connect directly to a cold shoe or a hot shoe of a camera, and that is made out of metal, and it costs around $10. The other is also metal, and it just has a female 1/4-20 on the bottom. I believe this one was around $8, and you can find several different colors and options on Amazon. And at the top of those, you'll notice they have 3 prongs that'll accept a 2-prong top section. So for the top sections, you have a couple different options. On the plastic end, there's a simple 2-prong to 1/4-20 with a tightening knob, and this one's just going to go straight up. There's also one that kind of has an offset, which I actually really like to use. It lets you get your monitor really, really low like so, and that's also an option. It's also going to keep kind of the center of gravity of the monitor mostly over the mount. Both of those are plastic. They're going to work just fine for smaller monitors like this. This is a small HD DP Pro. They don't make it anymore, but the focus will be a little larger than this, but it's a heavier monitor and it works great with the plastic stuff. For the metal monitor end attachment, I did find a 2-prong metal offset adapter, and it seemed to work really well, and that one's around $20. You're gonna spend a little more, but all in for this setup that you're looking at, $30, which I think is great value considering all that you can do with this. Now, a lot of you are going to be thinking, won't they rub together and won't things get loose over time? I've had no problems. And if I needed to move really quickly or wanted it to be, have something heavier on here, I would snug it down even more. But I really haven't had any problems at all, especially for smaller stuff like this. I even took this metal setup and put my Inferno on it. And while I wouldn't recommend doing that, it seemed to work just fine. You just had to extra snug up that knob, and I was able to move it around without any issues. Used it for a day and didn't have any problems with it loosening, but I still probably wouldn't recommend that because that monitor / recorder with batteries is crazy heavy, so it's probably not the best idea. But if you have a 7-inch monitor that you want to put on your camera, you don't want to mess with a ball mount, you can easily get a setup like this for around $30 or less, and it's going to work really well for you. So that is going to do it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Check the description for links to these little parts that I used. I'd love to hear how you guys mount monitors. I'm always looking for interesting ways to make that work better, because mounting stuff like this can be a real pain in the buttocks. So that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. You watch fresh videos here at DSLR Video Shooter every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.